Hello students, welcome back to Pharmaceutics 1. We are in the third part 3 of the suppositories. In this video we will discuss about the method of preparation, displacement value and the evaluation of suppositories. Okay, now method of preparation. Here we have three methods for preparing our suppositories. The three methods are rolling method, hot process called as fusion method, and the last one is called as cold compression method. Rolling method. Rolling method is an ancient method where we are going to roll our drug containing suppository base with hands into desirable shapes. But nowadays it is not used. The second method, it is called as hot process or the fusion method. In the hot process method, the name indicates we are going to melt the suppository base. So the method consisting of melting the suppository base followed by adding or incorporating the medicament and finally filling the medicated base into lubricated mold. So we are going to use a mold. What is this mold? This is the mold which is generally made up of steel, nickel, copper, brass, aluminium or plastic. Mold is nothing but where we are going to get the desired shape of our suppository. And always this mold should be lubricated. So therefore the second important point you need to consider in the hot process is lubrication of the mold. Lubrication of the mold is required for easy removal of the suppository once it is completely prepared, solidified. So examples of the lubricants includes butter, cocoa butter or glycerogelatin suppository bases or soft soaps or glycerin as such, liquid paraffin and even arachis oil also. Now, the third essential part which you need to remember is the calibration of the mold. This is very essential because we need to get every time the same size and the same weight. So, calibration of the mold is very important. Followed by displacement value. Now, what is displacement value? Displacement value is defined as the quantity of the drug which displaces one part of the base. Displacement value, it is defined as quantity of the drug which displaces one part of the base. Now, how do we calculate the displacement value of a medicament? It is determined as follows, where we use a formula called as D by A minus C, where D is the amount of medicament in the suppository, A minus C is the amount of cocoa butter displaced by D grams of medicament. D is the amount of medicament in the suppository. A minus C is the amount of cocoa butter displaced by D gram of medicament. Steps involved. The steps involved in the determination of displacement value of a medicament is as follows. Step 1. Prepare and weigh 6 suppositories containing theobroma A gram. Step 2. Prepare and weigh 6 suppositories containing 40% of medicament B. How much of the medicament in the 6 suppositories? 40%. Step 3. Amount of theobroma oil that is present is 60% because 40% is the drug. 60 by 100 into B, weight of suppository. Step 4. Step 3 is amount of theobroma oil is 60 by 100 into B. It will give you weight of suppository C. Step 4. Amount of drug present in suppository is 40 by 100 into weight of suppository. This is the D. Step 4. Amount of base displaced by the drug is D by A minus C. Now, let us discuss with an example. So you need to be very well acquainted with the calculations also. You need to know how to calculate the displacement value if at all a problem is given for you. So there is a question for you. Calculate displacement value of zinc oxide in cocoa butter suppository containing 40% of zinc oxide in 1 gram mold. And the weight of 8 suppositories is 11.74. This is 11.74. Okay, 11.74 hai. So here you can see A is 8 grams, B is 11.74. Already this is the value you have. Therefore calculate the C and D. What is C? 60 by 100 into 11.74, which will give you some value. D is equal to 40 by 100. This is the amount of the drug present, 40% by 100 into 11.74, which will give you 4.696 gram. Therefore displacement value is equal to D, 4.694 by 8A. Okay, A minus C, that is A minus A is 8 minus 7.044. It will give approximately 5 grams. So this much of the base is being displaced. So here the displacement value is 5. Okay, in similar, now you have one more problem. Prepare and dispense iodoform suppository. Iodoform 0.9 grams, cocoa butter quantity sufficient. Dispense 8 grams of 2 gram each suppository. You can calculate in the similar way and you will get the displacement value here. Now, cold method. As the name indicates, cold method, we are going to use only the bases which can be mixed easily with the drug and then simply compress, okay, by using a compression method here. Okay, why we go with the cold method, especially when the drug is thermolabile or insoluble, we go with the cold compression method. Okay, so here we are going to mix all the drug with the quantities of the cocoa butter, whatever we take. Initially mix it and add the remaining ingredient and then compress into a suppository. Now these are the various values, displacement values of the different drugs. So here we can see zinc oxide, it has a displacement value of 5. In similar, now let us discuss finally the evaluation of suppository. So we have different tests. Once we are going to prepare our suppository, we need to know whether the prepared suppository is of good quality or not. So first thing is test of appearance, how it is looking. Okay, whether it is good or bad, whether the shape is retained or not. Okay, that is test of appearance. Breakage test, physical test, where we will just apply some force and then see whether it has an adequate strength or not. Dissolution rate, how the drug is released from the suppository. Test of melting point, we will also melt the suppository and then find what is the melting point of that particular suppository. Liquefaction time, which is nothing but softening, how much is the time required to become soft. Sixth test, test of uniformity of drug content, how much drug is present in each suppository we are going to calculate. And finally stability, and as well as stability problems also we need to know it, because as such the suppositories they have an issue with the stability. Okay, so we are going to perform the stability studies by storing at different temperatures, like we will store at room temperature, okay, we will store at cold temperature, and we will store at accelerated temperature. Room temperature nearly 20 to 25 degrees, okay, but whereas cold temperatures at refrigerated temperatures we will do, and accelerated temperatures we cannot do as such for the suppositories because they are going to be degraded. So generally we perform the stability studies at room temperature and cold temperatures.